You can do this. Your key energy is too low. Great. Great shot. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery, when day can become night. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you only follow your own personal code and is worried you've lost your respect for life. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your inner conflict you're held accountable for your actions. Seems happy, but surprised you chose to turn this disaster into a blessing.
Run, Dark, run!
Smarty, take it easy.
Easy! Now. No, it's time to go, go, go!
Well, it's time for you to go.
Wait, what? No!
Vroom, vroom. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. This is Hobbydunk, a homey little village. Let's see. Head down to that crossway and try to flag yourself a ride. Between the eyes. That's a pling-plong booth from the bygone. Back when you needed to cable words via buzzwire instead of airwaves. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending. That's a whiffle factory, better known as a bun plant. Ride it like a rocket. It's the Porky Puff nibbling bark. It took quite a liking to the crunchy stuff after munching down Out-of-Date's leg. Hook the boom ball and tow it beneath the puff. Unleash the quacks. Ain't that cute? A two-big thing with bats. Can you feel it? It's the brisk wind of change. Don't let this opportunity slide. He thanks you for dealing with another world eater. You're halfway there. He's got word Out of Date spotted LUPA-LUPIN and has a feeling your time has come. He hopes you're up for it. Even though you're good-hearted, you shouldn't miss this opportunity to confront the Predator. Just head back to the foot of the tree. Fingers crossed LUPA-LUPIN will stay put until you're there. You really need to go see Out of Date. Got word you found the greatest glider of all, an Ark, and it's all good to go. Can't imagine how that would feel, to zoom so fast. Funny that you found an Ark when you don't need to go anywhere in it. The world's still going to be here. Proud of you for thinking about helping before escaping, either way. Wonders if there are any open seats left in that fancy Ark glider of yours.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Feels thrilled to snag a seat in your Ark. Can't wait to glide through the skies. Goop knows he's repeating himself, but can't help talking to you. Hopes to see you again soon. That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. Night gives you relief from the day. Out of Date says the time has come for you to reconcile with your past. Lupa-Lupin is still staying in the camp where he was brought up. He hopes you'll find the answers you are looking for there. Even though darkness is a part of your nature, he suggests you try to keep your cool, as the best fighter is never angry. He'll point you in the right direction, but the rest is up to you. This part of the journey is one you'll have to do on your own. Lupa-Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Out of Date hopes you'll find your way and the answers you were looking for once you're there. He knows he said it before, but the time has come to put an end to the Lupin's reign of terror. You should get over there, come face to face with destiny. It's going to be you against the Lupin. No rules. He's happy to help. Suppose you'll get a chance to test the Merc Puff shell someday soon. Says you'll meet again. He guesses you're back for more. Tread carefully here. This is Lupa-Lupin's camp. Lupa-Lupin says he's been looking forward to this moment. He wanted you to come here and see for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're not like your mother. There's something different about you. Maybe you would have made a better decision than she did, and let them be. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupa-Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come, and he was patient, So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. He marked you for life, so he'd recognize you when you met again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from.
Just so.
His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature, and he couldn't go hungry.
Just so.
But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. The bright time creatures are getting up. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Noko in the east. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Noko. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Noko and making sure she gets what she needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date was spot on. The hoof puff needs to be stopped. Out of Date says that Noko is worried now that the Eastern World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Noko keeps a fabled steed that she has planned to ride out to the World Eater, but needs help to get it prepared. Out of Date suggests that you should head east as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Ja laua watnawa.
He's happy to help.
Tika ma perna.
Says you'll... Get under that sky while you still can. This is Dixie's goods. There's an outfitter and an upgrade. Says the shop holds something for everyone. Says... Go on, catch it. Sometimes your mind creates an illusion where it's possible to go back in time to relive a moment in your life. We all have things in our past we wish hadn't happened, and can come to remember seeing and doing things that never happened. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. Choose the automaton functionality you want to recall. I was wondering when you'd recall how to spring the automaton air gliders. This region is known as the Knoopstones. You can't find a harder place in the world. Half-lifed. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the Gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those Gnotes. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnotes, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveler. Let's see. Found it! Even under all the muck in the Gnote pen. Hard to believe the Gnotes didn't trample it. The kind of pollution a Gnote produces might stink, but it usually washes away in the next rain. You should keep moving. Can't let those Gnotes blaze the trails for you. Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again. She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her MJUT when you were a kid. Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark. But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent Gnotes as prey. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with LUPA-LUPIN. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting LUPA-LUPIN to pay for what he did to her Gnotes, despite the fact it's against her nature.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
Masamal.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones.
Narolute. Monibasa. Amun.
The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that?
Kodotuku. Brumble Marsamon.
So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the gnotes die with it.
Kialdo male canodo. Canamunt.
Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out.
Canyala notoro.
Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights do.
Pola kudo.
Says that's only for a little while, and when your eyes clear, you see everything even better than before.
Inyadaldo.
But let's not speak of that now.
Taifanamenuma.
She has an idea where the MJUT might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the MJUT Meadow.
Inadabsunka. Asil natu.
The MJUT will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you.
Dropalo.
You should lead the MJUT back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater.
Pendrine senema. Canamunta. Pialtuma.
She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. The night feels dangerous and exciting. You found the MJUT Meadow. Watch out for the MJUT. The deep cut. All fired up.
Canyala notoro. Dropalo.
Now that the MJUT is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Asil natu.
She says the MJUT is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Brumble Marsamon. Tukonda.
The MJUT once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Kala. Canamunt. Anora kapapon.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the MJUT by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Pendrine senema.
It was the mere sound of the hoof puff that started it. She's never seen it so upset. It just ran away before. Locked solid. Looks like the control box handles need to be wheeled to buzz the wire. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Wired up and ready to go. Smart to protect your melon. The right key could open this. Should have brought your swimmers. A free ride. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate. That's a motored blind box dispenser. These auto markets were quite popular in the long gone. For just a few moves left. Make them count. What you see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is. You shouldn't be surprised if you stumble on more of these. It's an electro panel, a closed loop that pushes volty spark. Needs a key. Flick the switches in order to green-light the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. Night falls like a giant around here. With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the MJUT calms down. But Noko is still concerned. She's relieved the MJUT has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha MJUT. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the gnotes. That's not so far away. Seems the old world had plenty to offer, an all-in-one place for those obsessed with material things. Almost too much, if you ask her. Nothing between you and your foes in the mountains. The Smilo Shopperia. Guess shopping here put a smile on your